wondered why sometimes you meet someone and it's like you've always known them? Is it possible that you have known each other in many, many past lives? My name is Linda Bove, and I have entered the competition for the next top spiritual author. I have written a novel based on a true story, and the book name is Words of Love. The story is about a man and a woman in their mid-50s that have lost contact with each other for the last 35 years. They came from the same neighborhood, and they used to hang around with the same friends when they were teenagers. And he was the first boy that asked her out, but she turned him down, saying that she was too young to date. She was shy, and he was lacking in confidence, so he wouldn't venture in asking her out again. But 35 years later, they started to communicate. They lived quite a bit apart, so they communicated by email. So there were many, many emails written showing the different paths and beliefs that their lives had taken. The man, he was for the most part of his married life a newborn Christian. He lived by the Bible and probably could quote the Bible, used to go to Bible lessons and everything. But when his marriage ended, he kind of refused all his spiritual beliefs. For a long time he was suffering of alcoholism and depression, and now he was being followed by a psychologist and taking medication for thoughts of suicide. He was a very lonely man, and he was having troubles forgiving members of his families and friends. The woman, she had New Age belief. For a long time she used to read all kinds of books from Edgar Cayce, Dick Sutphin, and she had a particular interest in past life regressions and automatic writing. And something really different and weird happened when she was 30 years old. She and her then husband actually had communications with a spirit guide. And they also dabbled in hypnosis and past life regressions. And they discovered that they had lived many, many, many lives together. And in each life, it seemed to be like a continuous story from one life to the other. In some life, there's some karma that was created. In the next life, things were switched around. So this was very, very interesting to her. And she decided to investigate in one of her past lives, which brought her to make a trip to Wichita, Kansas. And she researched in libraries, and she did all kinds of things to try and find out about the past life. After that trip, she decided to write a book about her past life experience and her trip to Wichita. She never got it published, but it was something that interested her, and she wrote quite a bit. After she did this, her and her husband went their separate ways, and then she became basically a single parent. And when she communicated with this old friend of hers, she was then in a relationship, a very comfortable, safe relationship. But she did contact this old friend, and she thought, because she heard that he was having a hard time, she thought maybe that she could cheer him up. So what follows is the discovery of two very different lives that ended up touching each other with an impossible love. This book is entirely written with emails and sections of the woman's book, chapters of the woman's book. And the communications lasted just 9 months, and they were able to see each other just a few times. But all this communication will never be forgotten because of the written words. What message does this book give us? Well, there are many messages in the book, especially from the Spirit Guide, who taught us about love and tolerance. But mainly that there is no such thing as coincidence, that there is a reason for everything that happens, that we choose everyone we meet and we attract everyone we meet, that we are, each one of us, each other's teacher. You can say that we are our next top spiritual teacher. That every day, every minute, we choose who we are and who we will be. That we even choose our death and the impact that it will have on others. I know that's a little bit hard to accept, but on an unconscious level, it's exactly what happens. And for sure that there are many people around us and around the world that die so that we can learn. With the two main characters, what they ended up teaching themselves and us is many emotions like love, being in love, kindness, understanding, acceptance, but most of all, forgiveness. And I think the book really wants to tell us that we have lived many, many, many lives, and that we will live many, many more lives. That our soul is never ending, that our story is never ending, and that we will all be together again, and nothing can separate us, not even death. Thank you very much for listening to my pitch. I hope you will vote for me. And my number for the competition is 3819. Thank you very much. I hope you will vote and maybe send to other people this message for them to vote for me. Thank you. Bye. 3819.